Hey folks, Roland here with a very special episode of In the Hot Seat. This is the Q&A episode where we gather up questions that people have asked over the past year, 2011. Well, actually, it's been mostly over the past 6 months because the show hasn't been going on for a year. Questions that people put as comments on pages, questions that people put on our Facebook page, questions that people put to our Twitter. There's going to be links to all this stuff in the descriptor as well. So just answering the questions that people have here. So my assistant, Danielle, behind the camera, is going to be asking the questions, and I'm going to be answering the questions. Now these are actually in the order that I received them in. So yeah, that's about it. Going up for 2012, assuming the show is still going and the world hasn't ended, by the end of the year we'll do the same thing. So if you got any questions that we don't answer today, then send them to me. There'll be all kind of links in the bottom of this descriptor, so let me have them. Alright, you ready, Danielle?
Yep.
Alright, let's go with the questions.
Okay, first question is from Wyland J. Baum and Cyrus. Why doesn't Danielle come on camera?
Oh, right off the bat, huh? Well, she is more comfortable doing stuff behind the scenes. She's not only the director and the filmer, she's got a whole list of things that she does. And from what I understand, she just prefers being behind the scenes, you know? But if you want to find out about her or find out, you know, what she looks like or see anything about from her, read her blog, so to speak, which is what she has. She has a blog. It's, what's the name of the site you do your blog off of?
Blogspot.
Blogspot. It's under the heading Incredible Shrinking Woman. So, again, if you want to see what she looks like, by the way, the picture's a little outdated. She's lost a lot of weight since then. Not to say that it's not a good picture, but she's lost a lot of weight since then. There's no easy way to say it. So yeah, go check that out. And that's pretty much all I can say on the subject. Is that right, babe?
Yeah.
Alright, what's next?
Okay, XRain33X asks, do you plan on doing any collaborations with other food channels?
Plan on, yes, hope to, very much so, because, you know, that's the whole point of doing things online is to get together and collaborate with other shows that have more viewers and hopefully get some of their viewers to become your viewers. As of this recording, I'm actually in the plans to do a crossover with another YouTube channel. I'm not going to say which one yet because I don't want to put the jinx on it, but needless to say, in the next month or so, you should be seeing that come up. That's the only one I have planned. Again, I'd like to do some more, but if anybody wants to, you know how to get in touch with me. So yeah, I'm not Epic Mealtime famous or anything like that, but you know, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to be. Anyways, moving on. What you got?
Okay, an anonymous viewer said, did you meet most of your guests at an Overeaters Anonymous meeting?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm a big man myself, obviously, as you can see from my girth, and a lot of my friends are also rather large. No, we didn't meet at an Overeaters Anonymous meeting. We hang out together and we tend to do the same things a lot. Unfortunately, what that is eat. So, yeah, a good amount of my friends are overweight, so we're still happy. What's your excuse? Just kidding. Next.
Okay, Heidi Kilroy 14 and the Vicodin Faceplant want to know what's on your underarm. Show us your tattoos.
Oh, so there's 2 questions. Okay, well, I have 3 tattoos right off the bat. I'll show you. Here's 2 of them. Danielle, get a good shot of that. This is the first one I got. This is a turtle, obviously. Got that one in Atlanta, Georgia. This is a red octopus because, quite frankly, the blue octopus they had on there I didn't really like, so I had them change it around a little bit. And this one, get a look at that. That's a jellyfish that hurt more than anything else I've ever had done tattoo-wise. Apparently this area here is called the ditch. It's really painful to get tattoos there or near there. Eventually it's all going to be a sleeve going from my shoulder to my wrist of oceanic scenes and ocean life and stuff that I find interesting because I like the ocean, son of a fisherman, and you know, just sort of made sense to me. Next.
Okay, next is from And More Boobs. What is the hottest pepper you have ever eaten?
The hottest pepper I've ever eaten? I gotta say that that ghost chili, I don't know if it was because it had the source directly applied to it was pretty hot. But that strip of the dried ghost pepper I did for samples and suggestion, I honestly think that one did more damage. Because I couldn't talk. I mean, at least with the source one, I could have talked and reacted and stuff, but not with this one. This was just 5 minutes of me drinking milk and eating a cream pop because I couldn't even talk. It was that bad. So yeah, that one definitely wins out.
Okay, an anonymous user,
An autonomous viewer.
An anonymous user asks, has anyone ever died from the source?
Quick answer, I don't know, because I don't think they'd advertise that type of thing if it was true. I think it's entirely possible, considering it almost killed my friend Leonard. Of course, he's a big guy, so if big guys have heart attack, nobody really feels too bad for him because, you know, they're big guys. It's like a smoker getting lung cancer. You don't feel too bad for them. Anyways, short answer, no, don't know.
Okay, 1423666 Love asks, do you actually research the facts you spat online or just bullshit them?
Good question. Originally, I bullshit a lot of it, but I've been watching a lot of shows online of other guys who do reviews of sauces and peppers, and I kind of picked up information from them. Guys like Beagle Storm and Hendrix 1326, those two specifically, I've learned more about peppers and stuff than I ever knew before. And recently it's been more actual facts, but originally it's a lot of bullshit.
Tucker Death BTR asks, are you married?
As of the recording of this, no. Probably, maybe, hopefully, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, she's my fiance, and we are going to be married later on this year. Can't give the exact date, can't give the exact place, can't give the exact anything. Because quite frankly, I gotta keep something private. Alright, what you got next?
Okay, 171ANKAI asks, you look like a comic book reader. What books do you read?
Oh, I think I know who wrote that one. Very astute. I am actually a comic book nerd. Pretty much anything by Robert Kirkman I'll read. Invincible, Walking Dead, some of his miniseries. Love that stuff. I like DC and Marvel. My all-time favorite characters are Superman and Usagi Yojimbo. But yeah, right now I'm just digging anything by Robert Kirkman. And I have, you can't see it here, but off to my left I've got bookshelves just full of trade paperbacks of Invincible and Walking Dead. Because it's what I like. What you got next?
This next one is a two-part question. One is from Arid Heat and the other one is from Victor Bruin. They ask, who pays for your sauces and peppers, and do you have or want corporate sponsors?
Cool. I currently pay for everything myself. The home finances between me and my fiance tend to cover most of the stuff, with the exception of things I get as gifts, which is like the majority of the hot sauces I got recently. As far as corporate sponsorship, yeah, come on, who wouldn't want to get paid to do what they love? Right now, I love doing this. I mean, it's not, if it became a job, it wouldn't feel like a job. If somebody wants to be like, hey, we work for a company that makes hot sauces, here's an entire one bottle of everything in our run. Review it online, tell us what you think. Oh, by the way, here's some money to say that it's good. Of course I'll sell out. Anybody who says they won't sell out, their artistic integrity, their artwork, and their passion for money has never been offered a big bag of money. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. If that sounds like I'm selling out, that's just because, well, I want to sell out. I'm not going to lie. Money's great. What you got next?
This one's from another anonymous viewer. How does the Scoville scale work?
Science questions. I believe the numbers in a Scoville scale equate 1 glass of water it would take to dilute the burn effect. So 1 Scoville would be you drink 1 glass of water and the burn is gone from a tongue. I think that's how it works. I've heard different explanations. Some people say it's a glass of milk. Some people say it's an oil. I don't really know. The way I heard it was it would take that many glasses of milk to completely, or water, to completely dilute the effect of burning. So like a 1 million pepper, like the ghost chili I did the other day, you would have to drink 1 million glasses of water to get that burn on your tongue to go away. And that actually sounds accurate. You'd probably pee quite a bit too, but Next.
Soldier F. Fortune asks, what kind of pets do you have? We see dogs and cats. What else?
Well, yes, you definitely see the dogs and the cats. Right now we currently have 3 cats and 2 dogs. We have a pureblood boxer, Arlo. He's the crazy manic one you always see running around. We have a slug, who's an English bulldog named Bubba, who's exactly what he sounds like. I'm probably going to put some pictures scattered about this montage. And we currently have 3 cats, Bugaboo, Shmoo, and Gus. 2 gingers and a tabby. That's about it for pets right now. So, we used to have more, but you know pets. They come and they go. It's sad, but then you get more. Anyways, moving on.
This next one is from Jonas Ames. Why are you so fat?
Actually, I believe many people asked this question, but I think he was the only person who was brave enough to put his name at the end. Well, simple answer, a combination of bad decisions, a love of food, and yeah, pretty much those 2 things right there. Slow metabolism, but you know, that's what fat people blame their weight on anyways. I can just say I love food and I make bad decisions. Honest? Fair enough.
Bonita 1994 asks, what is your favorite hot sauce?
Favorite hot sauce? Well, there's 2 answers to that. My favorite hot sauce overall is the Scorpion Moruga sauce that T. Mutter sent. But that's a privately owned sauce, privately made sauce, I should say. You can't buy that at the store because he literally made it in his kitchen and sent me a bottle. My favorite store-bought brands, there's a bunch of them I like. I like Tabasco, I like Sriracha, I like a lot of stuff from the Dave's line. Tabasco would probably be the one that I could say that I could just put on anything and enjoy. Sriracha, again, I could use it on anything. But, yeah, so major name brand ones, Texas Pete's, Frank's. I like the cheapy ones because I just like putting them on food just for the flavor. But, yeah, can't go wrong with any of the major name brands. Except Cholula. Cholula's the one with the wooden cap. I'm not too crazy about that one. And that's like the 3rd or 4th most popular one out there. But animals are running around here sniffing each other's butts. It happens. What you got next?
Someone who's anonymous asks, is your friend Aaron, the guy who gave you the source, single? He sounds rich and hot.
As of the recording of this, my friend Aaron, who sounds rich and hot, but, you know, I think he's both of those things. I can admit it. I don't believe he's single. I think actually, as of this, he's been with somebody for about 6 months now, so good on him, bad on you. Sorry. You're missing out on something there. He's a hell of a guy.
Okay, Mice Are Men asked, what celebrity, if you could choose, would you like to have on your show as a guest?
Oh, easily. Adam Richman from Man vs. Food. Easily. Definitely. I think he's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get into this whole racket to begin with is just food challenges in general. Hi, Arlo. How are you? Do you want to be the celebrity who comes on my show? Is that what you want to be? This is Arlo, by the way. I don't know if you can see him. A little psycho. But yeah, Adam Richman. If I could get him to come on my show, that would be... Hi. Personal space. Personal space. Down. Ow, scratched the hell out of me. So yeah, Adam Richmond. Followed quickly by Anthony Bourdain, but I think me and him would be like oil and water. I wouldn't be able to keep up with his wit. Adam Richmond seems a little bit more on my level. What you got next?
Roy5757 asks, why do you do this?
This is in the whole sauce testing, pepper burning myself for camera, audience stuff. I enjoy it. I like hot sauces. I like making people laugh. And I'll admit, it's a bit of an ego boost when you turn on your page and you see that a couple thousand people have watched your videos, you know. You know, makes you feel good. It eventually give you a big ego, but I'm not there yet. I hope not. But I'd say I do it for the love of making people laugh and the love of knowing that people are watching me laugh. Yeah, that works. Let's go with that.
This next question is from a few different viewers. One was anonymous, one is Chris Dobbs, and the other one is Friday Night Vamp. Do you fake any reactions?
Do I fake any reactions? Popular question. Confession time. On 2 episodes that have been aired, I faked reactions to make it look worse than it is. Only because I didn't want the guy or girl on the show next to me to look bad and make me look like I'm just sucking it up and being awesome by comparison. So I'll put on a little bit of a feint, I'll put on a little bit of a fake sweat and panting. I'm not going to tell you which 2 episodes, you can figure that out for yourself. But, you know, I don't want to make the other person look bad by comparison, so I kind of make it look like I'm suffering to go with them. Obviously, the Halloween episode, I faked it. But no, majority of the time, it's genuine. My mouth burns, I love hot food, but my tolerance isn't that great, so I feel pain just like anybody else.
Okay, Western01 asks, how do I avoid the hiccups?
Well, I guess the more accurate way to put that is how do I avoid the hiccups, which is something I'm quite proud of, that in all the episodes of this I've done, I've never gotten the hiccups. Quick psychological answer. Hiccups are an involuntary response. The more you try to not hiccup, the more you will hiccup. But it also works in reverse. If you try to hiccup, you won't hiccup. I mean, literally, it's an involuntary reaction. When I eat a hot sauce or a hot pepper, I tell myself this is going to make me hiccup, and I prepare for hiccuping, and I don't hiccup. People like Leonard, who get hiccups all the time with the drop of a hat, they have the psychological implant that they're going to get the hiccups from this. So, sure enough, you get the hiccups, because it's suggestion is what it is. I'm smart.
Thomas Joseph asks, how many people work for In the Hot Seat?
How many people work for In the Hot Seat? None, technically, because nobody's making any money off of this. We're all just doing this because we love it. But I can tell you who's associated with In the Hot Seat and what they do. There's me. I'm the host, the monkey in front of the show, monkey in front of the camera. That's pretty much my function. Behind the scenes, the person who does the most, and overall the person who does the most is Danielle. She's the director, she's the filmer, she helps with the editing, she comes up with the creative ideas, she helps clean up the set, begin with, she helps set up the set, she gets people to come over, she organizes the parties and stuff like that, and single most person who does the most right off the bat is Danielle. The show would be just an idiot in front of a camera without her. She's shaking her head now, but she doesn't realize how much she really does for the show. Next up would be Paul, obviously, who contributes videos, and we have email correspondence going back and forth, and, you know, he contributes video, he's an on-air personality, and, you know, he suffers for the masses just like I do. Looks better doing it. I won't lie. He's a better-looking guy than me. I'm actually working on getting a New York correspondent. That's kind of up in the air right now. I'm hoping that'll go through. Next up would probably be Leonard and Devin. They've both appeared on the show before a couple times. Leonard's like my partner in crime when it comes to the really dangerous challenges because he's got the biggest tolerance I've noticed so far. And anything dangerous and hot sauce testing, he comes on, and he's contributed quite a bit just by adding his on-air personality. Devin is kind of like my agent. He calls around and gets us bookings for like local restaurants wanting to do filming. He finds out about events going on. He comes up with a lot of ideas. He goes on shopping runs with us to find products. So, yeah, that small group of people right there pretty much covers the crux. Pretty much covers the crux of the In the Hot Seat family. Next.
This question is from John Hughes. After a show, how bad does it burn when you poop?
That question does. It's a fair question. If you know what you're doing, you can avoid that entirely. I've eaten enough hot sauces and hot peppers to know my body well enough to know that if I drink 2 or 3 glasses of milk after something particularly hot, and then have like something like Cheerios or something with a high fiber count, I can pretty much negate any of the effects. Because, you know, it's not so much that, let's be honest, it's not so much that it burns coming out, it's just that it takes its time burning coming out. So if you drink the milk, you'll negate the burn. If you eat something with fiber in it, it'll go through faster, less time to worry about it. I know, kind of a gross question, but let's face it, when you're dealing in the world of capsaicin consumption, it comes up a lot. Next.
This next question is from Belladonna. Do you watch any other fat guy shows on YouTube?
Oh, wait, I know who asked that question. Fat guy shows, surprisingly enough, I do. I'd say there's 3 that I watch. I used to watch Shay Carl a lot, but then he lost the weight and shaved off the beard, and yeah, not feeling it anymore. Sorry, Shay, still watch your old stuff. I do subscribe to Reverend Burns, you know, big fat Reverend Burns. I can take him in small doses because the yelling into the camera thing, it does kind of get on your nerves after a few minutes. But Boogie 2988, I believe his name is. I'm watching. I just recently discovered him. He's the guy who's famous for the Francis loses his Warcraft account and he smashes the keyboard over his head. He's just funny in general, and he does a lot of insightful videos. So I'm really addicted to him right now. I'd say those are the main three, but yeah, mostly Boogie.
These next two questions are for West Coast Paul. The first one is from an anonymous viewer. Is Paul a minor? If not, is he single? The second question is from Closet Junkie 44. Where on the West Coast is Paul?
Is Paul a minor, and is he single? I wonder if that's the same person who asked if Aaron was single. It probably is. And where on the West Coast is he? Well, it just so happens we have Paul himself here, well, not here, in the West Coast, to answer these questions, so let's see what he has to say.
Hey folks, Paul here for In the Hot Seat, West Coast Edition. I've got some questions from you guys that Roland has forwarded to me, and I'm going to try and answer them for you. It's just a couple questions. Number one is from Closet Junkie 44, who asks, where on the West Coast is Paul located? I'm actually just in the San Fernando Valley, just outside of LA. That's about it. I actually just moved here in July. I'm really enjoying the weather. I'm really enjoying the area, and I'm really missing New England. But hey, what you gonna do? At least I don't have to shovel this year, right? Or any year. If it snows here, we've got problems. The next question comes from Anonymous. Is Paul a minor? And if not, is he single? Is Paul a... Yeah, that's what this question says. No, I'm not a minor. I'm actually 26 years old. Thank you for the compliment, I guess. No, I'm not single. Sorry to disappoint, but my dance card is quite full. So that's really it for the two questions that I had sent to me. Thanks for watching. Enjoy In the Hot Seat. This will be Paul from In the Hot Seat West Coast Edition signing out. Peace.
I guess there you go. Answers it pretty well. All right, what we got next?
John Hopkins asked, are you a Freemason?
No, I am not a Freemason. I did the Penguin Plunge with them, and I'll support helping them out with whatever charities they want to associate themselves with, and I like what they do. It just, it's not for me. I'll admit it.
Next question is from Verde Camacho. Why aren't there more girls on your show?
I think they've been, considering the world of capsaicin consumption doesn't generally include women in general. I think I've had fair enough. Let's see, I've had Alyssa, although she didn't really eat anything, she just kind of pepper sprayed me. I've had Tree, she ate a pepper, she was pretty good about that. And I had Dorothy, who didn't eat anything, who just kind of was there to help and support her husband. You might be onto something there. I'm definitely going to have to get more women on here. If only I knew a couple of redheads who'd be down for filming. Should be continued on that one. What we got next?
The last question is from Eddie FD. Have you ever thought about doing a spicy chip themed episode?
I have, Eddie FD, and thank you for the suggestion. He actually suggested this a while ago. I am in the process of working on a spicy chip theme episode because, Doritos, Fritos, Cheetos, well, I did O's. Interesting. They all have hot and spicy versions of their chips, and we're gonna lay out probably 17 or 18,000, maybe 1,000 of them. I don't know, and just give them like a fair review, like we do with the hot sauces. Tell them what we think, if we like these, if we don't like these. We're probably going to be doing spicy themed all kinds of shows in the future, like spicy ramen noodle dishes, spicy off the shelf stuff. I mean, possibilities are limited, but close to limitless, because nothing's limitless. But anyways, there you go. Do you have any questions for me there, my dear, my love of my life?
No.
Anything you want me to talk about on film, on camera?
No.
One of these days you're going to come in this camera here and give me a big old smooch and let the people out there in internet land know how lucky I am?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. That's not a no. I'll take a perhaps. Alright, well, thank you to Danielle behind the camera for asking me these questions. And thank you for all of you for contributing the questions. And next year, between now and then, if you have any more questions, send them my way. I'll answer any question that people ask as long as it's not too rude. We did get a couple questions that were too rude to answer on air. I'm not going to mention those questions because it's basically somebody saying, this person on your show looks like this, and it's a negative thing. It's like, that's not even really a question. They were just saying mean things. But you know, people are like that, childish. Anyways, enough rambling. I will see you all next video.